Let's see.
Hit the record option.
Yep, I'm gonna hit record because I gotta be able to send this to other people. Okay. So I'm gonna go to my desktop. All right. Can you guys see this?
Yes.
Does this look like full screen?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. All right, just wanted to make 100% sure. All right, so we wanted to thank you guys all for being here. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, I gotta stop the share in order to, that's lame. Okay. Alrighty. So I wanted to thank you guys all for being here. You guys are awesome. You guys are so cool for showing up. And thank you guys so much for joining this evening, taking time out of your busy schedule. We wanted to let you guys know, welcome to everybody that is just jumping on as well. Wanted to let you guys know a couple of things that we're going to be doing for this evening. It's going to be planning. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a blast. But we wanted to say thank you guys for showing up. And we're doing our youth ministry vision cast, Married to the Mission, Not the Methods. So if you guys, hopefully you guys like The Office, but we're going to be having a blast tonight. So here's our little roadmap for the evening. So we're going to do a quick game to get us pumped up for sure. Because what is youth ministry without a game? Am I right? We got to have fun. We got to have a blast. So, and then we're going to go into why we're needed now more than ever. Also God's goals for our ministry in this upcoming season and how we can accomplish those goals. So with that being said, it is game time. So I want to preface this for you guys. We're going to play a little quick game called Would You Rather? So we're going to have two options that I'm going to lay out for us. And if you have a camera, if you're Isaac and you don't have a camera, I apologize. This game might be a little difficult for you. So if you have a camera, but you can always just say number 1 or number 2. So for those that don't have a camera, if you have a camera, it's way easier if you do this. So we're going to do like, would you rather read a book or watch a movie? Whatever option you want, you would throw up the finger for that. So if it was read a book, that was the first option, you go 1 finger. But if it's watch a movie, you go 2, okay? So I'm going to take us off of screen share so that we can all participate and see each other for this particular game. So does everybody understand?
Yes.
So 1 finger for the first option. Oh, got some more people. Josh jumping in. Wow.
Hey.
Dak, what's
Hello.
up, dude?
Hey.
Oh my gosh, it's so great to see everybody. This is so cool.
Wow.
Mr. Price.
Yeah.
They're all here. They're all
Nice.
here.
Flood the Zoom. Okay, so here's our game. If you're just jumping on, if you do have a camera and you can't undo it, undo the camera because we're going to play Would You Rather. First option is 1 finger. Second option is 2 fingers. But if you don't have a camera, if you're Isaac, you can go ahead and say 1 or 2, okay? So our first one is, would you rather go into the past and meet your ancestors or go into the future and meet your great-grandchildren? Which option? Past and meet your ancestors, go into the future and meet your great-grandchildren. Okay, we got, oh wow, good even split. We got a couple people going to the past, meeting your ancestors, and a lot of people want to meet your great-grandchildren. Cool, okay, here's the next one, okay? Then they're gonna get progressively crazier. So would you rather have more money or have more time? Would you rather have more money or have more time? Have more money or have more time? Okay.
2.
Nice. I see some people with the 1s. Hopefully there gets to a point and you have more money, you can buy time. You guys ever remember that movie In Time? I don't know, it's kind of an older one. So Lillian, I'm old enough to remember that, but that was probably even a long time ago. Okay, so next one is, would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button on your life? A rewind button or a pause button? Rewind or pause?
1.
This is a hard one. This is a thinker. 1s, 2s. Okay. See a couple 2s, a couple 1s. Cool. All right. Next one is, would you rather be able to talk with animals or speak all foreign languages? Talk with animals or speak all foreign languages?
I don't like people, so 1.
You don't like people?
people.
Oh, okay.
I don't like people, so 1.
You know, I feel like that's a double-edged sword because whenever anybody wants to, talk about you behind your back, you would automatically know what it is, whatever language they're speaking.
I don't want to know. I
Good
just go on
options.
with ignorance. Ignorance is bliss, right?
But then you'd hear the animals talking behind your back. Nah, just
Yeah, and
you're
then I just shoot them.
right.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Hopefully we stay within Zoom's Zoom's terms and conditions.
Uh,
I'm just joking. Would you rather go deep sea diving or bungee jumping? Deep sea diving or bungee jumping?
well, I've already gone diving in the ocean.
Plummet to
so
the
I guess
depths
bungee
of the sea.
too.
2 ones. Okay, cool. All right, next one is, would you rather be too hot or too cold? And now this is not talking about attractiveness, okay? So it's not too hot, like too hot to handle. Too hot or too cold? Too hot or too cold? Okay.
Two.
Okay, cool. All right, I think this is our, second to the last one. Would you rather hear the good news or the bad news first? The good news or the bad news first? I had trouble with this one. Good news or the bad news first?
Good news.
Bad news.
I want to hear the good news first.
Everybody's got the twos, and then Isaac comes in. Nice. Okay.
Because you got to get all happy and everything and pumped. What is really good news? You get happy and pumped up, and then you're like, heck yeah, man. And you just kind of rain on their parade just a little bit, you know? Got to keep them humble.
Bring them down. Yeah.
You got to humble people. You got to keep yourselves humble.
There you go.
Come on now.
And the last one is, would you rather have nosy neighbors or noisy neighbors? Nosy neighbors or noisy neighbors? Neighbors peeking over the fence. Noisy. I know. I don't want
neighbors.
Wondering what I'm doing. Eric, is that a 1? Oh, is that a 2? Okay. Your other finger's hiding behind your other finger. Okay. All right. So I'm glad we did that, guys. It's kind of cool. We get to see where each other's at and get to know each other a little bit more. And again, thank you guys so much for coming. This is going to be, we want to honor you guys' time tonight. It's going to be super fun. We're going to jump back into our presentation. So why are we here tonight? So, for those of you guys, this has been a pretty crazy season for all of us the past year. Like, it's been almost the year since we've met in person. So I think almost 2 months. But why is it so important for us? And for a lot of us, talking to the other members of the team, some of us are able to come back, some of us are not able to come back, and that's totally fine. Honestly, I just wanted us to reconnect again, because if anything, I don't know about you guys, but I felt a spirit of disconnect, amongst not just the body and the family of Christ, but with each other, and with the students. And maybe right now, guys, what we can do is we'll just, let me throw everybody on mute for just this portion of time, and then we'll pop everybody back. No? Okay. Could you guys mute yourselves during this time?
Yep.
Okay, cool. And then we'll provide time at the end for any questions. But that's why we're gathering together, is because, the church is more needed than ever. I saw this statistic last year, talking about how, more youth are dying of suicide and overdose than COVID-19 during this pandemic, and, although COVID affects everybody differently, I feel like getting back to church and for the students, this is showing that many are losing hope, and just finding it hard to have hope in this time. Let me see. Oh, there's my mouse. Sorry, guys. I just have to move. There we go. Okay. So many people are finding it hard to have hope in this time, and there's a lot that's been going on. Schools have been shut down. Movie theaters, if you guys like movies, the movie theaters have been shut down. Churches, businesses, travel. A lot of students rely on sporting for their opportunities in life, businesses, and unemployment and struggling marriages and home relationships. And a lot of that, from government shutdowns and things like that. And the only one person can help, because that's showing that a lot of people are in pain, and that person is Jesus, and I'm just so blessed that you guys, and that's why I really want to make you guys feel appreciated tonight. The fact that you guys are taking the steps to stay involved is only Jesus can help. There's no amount of federal funding or anything that can heal that temporary but current pain, but also save people's eternal soul. So just wanted to thank you guys so much for being here and catching the vision, because God has definitely thrown us in a whole new direction with where we're going to be going for this year. So thank you guys so much for being here and being a part of what we're going to be doing in this upcoming year. So with that being said, I got one quick scripture It's from Matthew 28:19 through 20. And it says this: therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I've commanded you. And surely I am always with you to the very ends of the age. The reason why I'm showing this scripture is because, in the past, we've provided a place for students to come and, of course, because of limited time, it was only something to be able to scratch the surface. But one thing that Gabby, Eric, and I, and the Lord has been showing us, and we've been praying about, is that we need to be so much more intentional with our discipleship. And that's really the direction of where we're going. And we wanted to kind of share that with you guys tonight and what that's going to look like in the upcoming, season of our life. So what I want to do is I want to turn it over to Eric. So brother, if you wanted to, I don't know if you have that, that document that we were working on. But if you wanted to kind of explain your part and how we're going to be doing that in this season, you can go ahead and, if you're unmuted, you can go ahead and we'll turn it over to you, my man.
Okay, wait. Are you talking about
or your part on the? Oh, sorry.
No, you good.
My bad. Oh, yeah. So anyway, so that's why this is so important, and we just wanted to kind of inspire our team right now, because we're going into this and basically, we're kind of replanting our church, So I think, Gabby, you're first, yeah? Wanted to give you a little bit of opportunity to share what's on your heart. Is that you first?
I can go ahead and
Cool.
share, Brent. So hello guys. For those of you guys who don't know me, I'm from the Kailua Junior High and High School ministry, and I've been coming in and out of ministries, serving in the Levites ministries in adult services, and then now with Brendan and Eric and Kaneohe because of COVID, right? So I've been tasked with many other things, but now when COVID just took over everything, in the state of Hawaii, in the the whole wide world, it's been such a challenge trying to deal with COVID in every step and area of our life, right? At home, at work, at school, every place where we go, right? So let me just share something from Kailua. Me being as a leader, starting up our junior high and high school ministry at our Kailua campus, I've experienced some awesome moments seeing growth in some of our students, some growing spiritually, and some just growing up. What gets me the most of being a leader of the youth is that almost everyone who comes has some understanding of who Jesus is, and when they engage with the rest of the group, they find not only a sense of belonging, but also an understanding of Jesus that they did not know. And most of the time coming back with an excitement of what is to come for that day. Youth ministry is such an awesome part of seeing spiritual growth in the youth of today, especially today, because of the challenges of COVID. And some of them is just dealing with, what was the word I used? Our culture. Some of us, majority of you guys are born into the church. I myself was born into church also, but at a certain point of view. My grandma was a deaconess for one of the Hawaiian churches down in Kali, and I knew who Jesus was, but I did not know who Jesus was. You guys understand what that means, right? But as I grew up and I started to know who Jesus was and what he was wanting to do in my life, when we recognize that, that's when our spiritual growth happens. That's when it happens. The watering starts coming, the growth, starts spurting. So us as leaders, it's a vital part of each and every individual who's listening. That's the most important part of any Christian's growing, is listening. And when we can hear, even though our relationship is not right with God, if we know who God is and we know who Jesus is, faith comes by hearing. And once we always hear, once we continue to hear the word of God, it encourages us. It keeps us in the loop of, wanting to know more of who Jesus is. So I guess this upcoming year will be different. with a different type of spiritual warfare. It would be interesting to see where everyone's faith is as of today, and how much more we are willing to go and make disciples. We deal with the new tactics of the enemy and silencing the gospel of Jesus. So I just want to encourage you guys to stay plugged in, be of encouragement to the younger ones. You know, most of you guys just finished school. Some of you guys are just finishing your senior year, and some of you guys are still, you know, in your youth stages. But majority of you guys have recognized some sort of leadership capability. So keep on keeping, gang.
Yeah, that's good. Thanks,
All right.
Gabby. And that's honestly, guys, that's why we really wanted to appreciate you guys, because, you know, we are the hands and feet of Jesus. And a lot of these people, these students who are going to be hurting, you know, I know that all of us are going through our own things too. So that's why Gabby, Eric, and I, and all you guys, but us specifically as staff leaders, we want to be there for you guys. So if you guys are struggling with anything, please don't bear those burdens alone, you know, but also it's a beautiful thing that we get to do that for the students that are attending our ministry. So we want to just thank you guys 100% for, you know, just all that you've already put in, but you know, what Jesus is leading you to do in this next season. So Eric, turn it over to you, bud. And then you can share a little bit, short inspirational thing, and then go into the first slide. And then when you're ready, I'll jump back on the PowerPoint thing.
Can do. Yeah, and then I'll just cue in after I'm finished with the other ones. So again, if you guys don't know, I'm Eric, one of the leaders for Kanye side. But you know, let me start off with one thing. You know, I want to again, you know, this meeting is to kind of, you know, keep everybody informed, but also letting you guys know that we appreciate you guys all. I know the ones personally that have done small groups, Carly and Casey, and you guys were totally awesome. You know. And to me, I bring that up because I want to highlight one of the few things, one of the positive things I feel like COVID has brought. I mean, like, you know, don't get me wrong, I don't think COVID is fun at all. But you know, through these Zoom small groups that we, you know, that's been happening, I've had the privilege to be a part of, you know, Cason's group, and you know, it's so awesome to see that these our youth have a place to go to talk to, you know, to kind of like see how, you know, to kind of share their emotions, share their feelings, figure out like, hey, you know, like how things are going for them. And you know, to me, that was one of the best things to see, is watch these groups grow, watch these conversations evolve into something that was, you know, so organic, so pure, but be able to be united even though we are separated. You know what I mean? The small groups was a good point for these kids to kind of come together and, you know, figure out what was going on. You know what I mean? Kind of, and you know, you leaders that have done that, like I applaud you guys, because it's not hard, you know, it's not an easy thing to do. You know, we all are dealing with our own you know, negative things that may happen, but at the same time, I feel like, you know, you guys have stepped up in a way, especially with the small groups aspect, being available, being able to continue with that. And so, again, you know, I just want to, like, again, thank you guys for being available. Thank you guys for being consistent and faithful in that. And, you know, I couldn't be more proud of, you know, the volunteers that we have, because again, you know, like there's so much excuses that people can use. There's so much different things that come up, you know, and, you know, for you guys to prioritize that, I applaud you guys again, you know, because it's not easy. And to kind of build off of that, you know, there are a few things that I want to share along with this meeting to kind of, you know, get you guys a lot more information to let you guys know what to expect with some things that are coming up. You know, one of those things is, you know, like, you know, of course, we can't do church without every single one of our volunteers there. You know, for the ones that are available and that are willing to help, you know, we need as much people as we can to kind of get that jump started again, you know. And I know it's not going to be like how we had church before. It's not going to be that normal, you know, that normal way of what we've been doing on Sundays. But, you know, the mission is the same. You know, we want to prioritize small groups because we, you know, I feel like we've been in a state where we have such a big social disconnect with our youth. You know, small groups, especially now, you know, it's going to be really critical when we start to bridge back into going into church, to have those relationships again, you know, and get back into that groove of, you know, meeting these youth, meeting these kids every single Sunday, and having you volunteers be involved in that. And so, you know, and again, you know, like this is all new for us as well. You know what I mean? Like we don't know 100% of what's going to happen, but we can be as prepared as possible. And again, you know, be married again to the mission and not, you know, and not the methods. Wait, is that correct? Yes, married to the mission and not the methods. We may not agree 100% on a lot of the things that are going about, but you know, the mission is the same. You know, it's to reconnect with our youth and lead them to God. And so, you know, but yeah, did you want to add anything else, Brendan? You good? No worries. I'm gonna go over to the other stuff as well. Is that okay?
Sorry.
No, you good. Okay, so with that, I want to introduce, you know, again, you know, a few different things. If you guys, you know, for the ones that haven't, you know, we haven't been in communication with a lot, we are starting a new series with this new reopening that is going to be happening. We're going to be using this one curriculum. It's called our Grow curriculum. And that is going to be the basis of how we do you know, all the different series that we have planned on coming up. This Grow curriculum, it's really great because, you know, it has pretty much everything that we need to be effective in the way that we're doing youth ministry now. It has all the different elements that, you know, as far as, you know, getting information out to parents, getting information, especially out to our volunteers, you guys, and knowing what is coming up, what we have in store. And, you know, like, as me and Brendan and Gabby were talking about, you know, this, I feel like, you know, this curriculum at this time is probably going to be the most beneficial. And, you know, if you guys have any questions about, you know, exactly what we will be doing, don't worry, because, you know, with the curriculum that we have, they have all the different leader guides that, you know, that will inform you guys about what we're doing, how we're doing things, and, you know, basically giving you guys an advanced, how do you say it, you know, basically giving you guys the information before we're, you know, not on that Sunday, you're walking in and you don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, we're able to get the information out to you guys way ahead of time, so you guys understand what's going on. You guys understand what we're doing, how we're doing it, and, you know, any activities that are coming up in that manner as well.
Perfect. That's a good point, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, give us a lot more notice. So it's a really great curriculum. But one thing also too that we really want to do is I'm going to be hosting a small group. So we're going to be having emphasis on small groups in services, but I'm going to be hosting a small group for us as leaders, because I just feel like, you know, in this season, man, the Lord has just really been stressing relationship. And, you know, it's so easy for us to fall off, you know, and kind of our relationship with God kind of go on the back burner because we're not surrounded by others who are fired up for Jesus with us. So I'm going to be getting that information out to you guys very soon, because we got an really awesome leaders small group all about understanding how we connect with God. So it's really, really, really cool. It's something very, very excited for. And then I think, so how you can play a part is just with that relationship building. So like Eric said, we're going to be doing those small groups on Sundays. And this is something that, you know, everybody's seasons has changed, you know, in life. You know, schooling is different, work is different, people have new jobs. So, you know, one thing that we want to do is we want to, you know, help you guys have balance in your life, but not feel like serving is a chore or a drudgery. So one thing that I'll be doing is I'll be contacting you guys separately, just to ask, you know, how often you would like to serve coming back, because everybody's situation is different. And even if you can't serve on a Sunday, that's totally fine. We'd love to still have some kind of, you know, if it's attending that leader small group, we just want the team to be connected, because we can't, you know, in this season, the enemy wants us isolated. It's kind of like a lion hunting a pack of gazelles. They'll pick off the one that's straying away. They're not going to go after the whole pack of gazelles. They're going to pick off the one that's straying away. And that's what the enemy does. He waits for us to be by ourselves, that we've isolated ourselves, and he'll go after us. So not to give a morbid example or anything, but you know, those small groups for us as leaders are super important. So I hope that definitely makes a point for that, but also for the students. It's going to be a huge thing to have really those small groups on Sundays, which you guys will play, like you guys will be paramount in playing a part in that and doing that all together and building relationships, because it's only when relationships are built that walls get broken down. So wanted to just thank you guys for that. And what we're going to do now is, Gabby, you cool to go into some of the safety precautions as we head forward?
Sure, Brent.
Okay. And then you can take
All
the
right.
first one and go up to the food, and I'll take the rest after that.
Yeah. Again, guys, thank you guys for coming out and spending some time with us. Myself, Brendan, and Eric has been working pretty hard on a lot of stuff, but we appreciate you guys showing up. The things to expect while we're regathering back in person. Safety of our congregation is a priority. So we would like to share what we're doing to make New Winter a safe and clean environment. Masks and gloves. Masks will be available to our guests if they do not have one. You can bring your own mask, or we will provide one for you at the checkout. Social distancing in seats. Seats in the youth will be spread apart for 6 feet distancing. So every 2 seats are blocked off between households. How we are sanitizing Regal and youth area. Keeping everyone safe is our priority. We'll be sanitizing Regal theaters with a COVID-19 approved and safe EPA approved disinfectant. Per the state's guideline, we'll be disinfecting high touch areas, sanitizer station and touching stations. All sanitizer will be available throughout lobby area. Food, how many of you guys like to eat, right? Yes. Well, we will be providing coffee, water bottles, and bentos in Theater 10 for volunteers serving on that Sunday. But in order to provide a touch-free environment to our guests, we won't have coffee food for the general public. So feel free to bring your own coffee and extra water if you want. Well, that's pretty much it for the safety protocols. Hand it over to you, Brad.
Thanks, Gabby. So yeah, and we'll go into what the Theater 10 is going to be with the time that we have left, but you guys will have bentos upon showing up. So that's something that we'll create a space if you guys are serving downstairs to eat downstairs. So every Sunday you serve, you'll have a bento for you guys, and bring a water bottle too. We'll still have a water fountain downstairs, just because that would be impossible to have enough water for the whole day if you guys are serving for a couple services. So, but that Theater 10, I'll share with you guys a little bit. But volunteers, so basically what's going to happen too is there's going to be temperature checks as well, just to keep everybody safe. So volunteers will check in each Sunday at Theater 10. So that's going to be kind of like the designated check-in station. There's only going to be one way in, one way out for Sunday services. So they're going to be a little sign-in, and then you'll get a liability form just to make sure that everybody's safe, and there's no no one's at fault for anything. But we're doing everything we can to make sure that no one gets sick or anything like that. And you'll also be given a colored wristband that showed you checked in and you got your bento. Now, temperature checks will be taken upon entry. One thing that we'll be doing downstairs is we're only going to be temperature checking people who walk in for the third service only. The reason why is because there's no entry to the mall for the first two services at 7 and 8:30 because it's far too early. Everybody's going to be entering through the main entrance anyway. So, and when the youth come in, we're going to be doing wrist temperature checks. I dove into a lot of the science behind it. Wrist is just as effective as forehead. In fact, fun fact, the most effective places to temperature check are ear and rectal. So, but we won't be doing either of those because that would be highly inappropriate. So the most effective after that would either be forehead or wrist, and wrist is just as effective. Hopefully you guys got a laugh out of that one. Wrist is just as effective as forehead. So that's the way we'll be doing it downstairs. So if you guys do come in the mall entrance, for 10 o'clock serving at 10, we'll just temperature check your wrist. So you won't have this weird feeling about like a temperature gun to your forehead. Cause I don't know about you guys, everywhere I go, that creeps me out. So that's going to be the check-in upstairs if you guys do come earlier, and then you guys can just check in downstairs if you come through the mall. And then lastly, I think only a couple of our volunteers have kids, but if you guys do have kids or you guys have brothers and sisters, Kids Zone will be open on March 7th. So we won't have kids, but there will be a family theater. So I just wanted to get you guys knowing all this just in case when you guys do attend church and say you're not serving, but you attend church, you've heard this first from us. So, but if you're coming to serve, that's awesome. This is a total, like Gabby said, you know, Gabby and I have been like busting our butts to try and figure out all this out, keep everybody safe. And we understand that, you know, if you live with grandparents or you see grandparents and you're a little hesitant, totally fine. Do not feel bad about, you know, not being able to come in person or serve in person. We just want you to know that, you know, that this is a season that we're just doing things have got to be done differently. And, you know, we're willing to do that to keep everybody safe. But I just wanted to encourage you guys. I'm going to stop the share real fast so we can see each other. But I just wanted to encourage you guys and thank you guys so much for being here. Like, if there's anything that we just want to portray tonight, is amidst all of the chaos, all of the wild antics, all of the health complications, and even people who are struggling with their own personal health of this year, we just wanted to just really, really thank you guys for the fact that, you know, that there are so many excuses to not, and not saying everything's excuses, but there's so many reasons why not to come back to church, so many reasons why not to come into this meeting, so many reasons why you could distance yourself from the team, so many reasons why you could distance yourself from the students. And I just want to say thank you so much for the Lord keeping that fire stoked in your heart, because this really is a time when a lot of these students don't know where to go, don't know what to do, don't even have anybody to talk to. And you guys are playing a part in their lives that that I can guarantee they'll look back and say, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I had this person or that person in this season of my life, because they helped me get through that. So we just wanted to really thank you guys so much. And we wanted to open the floor up to any questions. So if you guys do want to unmute, you guys are cool to unmute for sure. But we want to open up the floor to any questions that you guys might have of how church is going to work again. We got like 3 minutes left, so enough time for questions. But how church is going to work again, what it's going to look like, you know, any questions that you guys have are ministry related or spiritually related or anything like that. So if you guys do have any questions, please feel free. Now is the time to ask those questions. So does anybody have? You got?
I have one. So for check-ins for volunteers, right?
Yeah.
Identification and everything. How's that like? Because not everybody, for the people who don't just go to it all the time, like how when you check in, how are they going to know you're a volunteer? You're like, hey, I'm a volunteer. I mean, anybody can say that. Yeah,
100%. Yeah. So we'll have, so that's why throughout the week, what I'll be doing is I'll be, you know, we're going to try to do it prior to this Sunday, for sure. But one thing that we want to do is kind of get, not a schedule, but kind of just find out what Sundays you'd be comfortable with serving and for which services. That way we can report those numbers to Theater 10. So we'll all be kind of going to Theater 10 to begin with. That's like the central hub, the check-in when you come in upstairs. But like I said, for 10 o'clock service, you would just be checking in downstairs. So it would be, you know, it would be down there. So we would know who would be there volunteering on Sunday. But dude, that's a great question. Yeah. To make sure that we know who is and who isn't a volunteer. But all volunteers will be going toward Theater 10. So basically, come in, don't know where to go to Theater 10. And once you sign that liability form one time, that's all you got to sign.
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for asking that question, dude. Anybody else got any questions?
I do. And this could be for me and Colby because so on the Sundays I serve at like, you know, for video team.
Yeah.
Is he just going to be waiting in Theater 10 for at least one of you guys to go downstairs?
So if it's a specific question, I'll tell you guys offline for sure. Cause I think we got like less than a minute. That's the only thing with these rooms, but yeah, I'll contact you guys for that. He shouldn't have to wait. He can just come downstairs. Okay. Do we have any more questions? We got a quick one. If not,
if my mom serves, can I come with her? Through whatever.
Yep. 100%. More than welcome. Cool. All right. Well, guys, I just wanted to thank you guys so much for jumping on. Really excited. It's so great to just see all you guys in this cubicle on our screen. So we'll see you guys soon, and I'll contact you guys personally to find out which Sundays you'd be comfortable coming back. So we love you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great night. All right. Thanks for jumping on.
Thanks,
you guys
Brad.
are the best. You guys are the best.
Okay, Eric.
Bye.
Have a great night, guys.
Dudes.
Have a great night, guys.